Start by setting up some pillows, or you can rest your back on them instead of stretching them out too far. And what you want to do is kind of place yourself in front of it, put your fingers together with your thumb, and we're going to do some breathing exercises. What I like to do is breathe in and out 3 times, in through the nose, nostrils, out through the mouth, and you kind of do that in between the oxygen surges, which I like to do in between. So I do about 3 of these, in and out, in and out, in and out, and then on the 4th one you hold it in. I like to use the 33-second method, where you begin to really fully oxygenate your whole body. And after doing this like 3 times, you can really start to feel it. Things will start tingling. You might feel a little bit dizzy, but don't worry about it, because you're on the bed after all, and it's really quite the safest place to fall down onto if you do fall out. I've felt it before where I was like a little bit mildly concerned, but like it's really never happens. You just really just go through the motions of breathing in and out, and then after you do it 3 times, you hold your breath for 33 seconds, and then exhale, and then maybe do 3 more breaths, and then hold it again for 33 seconds, and you end up holding it. And just do as you can, take it step by step. But this is just my method, and what this does is really brings me into center, gives me some kind of happy disposition. It really just releases all the tension. This is after a few cups of coffee and kind of getting my morning going and all that stuff, and we don't realize it, but that stuff sort of like tenses up the body. So in order to kind of balance it out, I like to do these different sort of practices. And wow, can I tell you that I feel so much better, looser, more happier, flexible, and just in a better mood after doing it. So here where I'm doing is I'm laying back to stretch the thighs and the torso and that sort of thing. And what I'm kind of showing you is where I sort of make hand, mudra, sort of connect to the thumb and the forefinger in order to make a triangle. And then I put that over my head to kind of symbolize the fire. And the fire is for mental acuity, to keep your, to make the brain sort of work, and then I use the same fingers to go down to right above, like I would say, like right where the lower intestine or bladder is, and that is to symbolize the water. We are, kind of getting everything, all the juices flowing, and it is making for just proper flow of everything. And then for earth, I end up keeping sort of my fingers together, but putting them outwards, and we'll get more into that as we move along. Of course, the breath itself, as we've been breathing, is the air. So we're sort of covering all 4 of the elements, and that will kind of symbolize many things that kind of makes our acuity of just performance just a bit better, where we're kind of symbolically are focusing on the elements. After all, they are what make up everything. So as far as the ether goes, we will get to that in further in other videos. Let's see. So I typically like to say that there's no rhyme or reason. It's just like a method that is up to you, and you got to feel where you're at. What I like to say is that you want to kind of you really focus on the inside, feel the muscles stretching, feel the different areas where they're tight, and you put your mind in those spots where they will, where you'll be focusing that energy in order to kind of release that tension and that sort of thing. Today, my right leg and my left upper left side is tense, so that's where I kind of focused my stretch. Feeling the stretch and just kind of really focusing in on it is of utmost importance. And once you kind of feel like you've pushed it out, switch your leg over, and it really becomes something to where you're really feeling the inside of yourself, and you're just inwardly focused on where the tightness is, and using your mind and focusing on that area, and then sort of like moving around a little bit in order to feel where those tense areas are. Don't push it, but you want to just really focus in on those spots. And as we focus on those spots, it really becomes very apparent where you need to go. So here I start to lay back. I think I can't see the dang thing, but I think you're sort of like laying back and really feeling the tops of the legs stretching, and breathing, doing your breathing, holding in and out, breathing in and out, really tends to help focus. And boy, oh boy, well, this thing is not working that well, but I just want to kind of continue talking about where your mind meets your body in the stretching that we're doing, and how this releases massive amounts of tension, and really makes for a great day. Oh, I'm stretching my spinal column here, like stretching my neck out, feeling the tense, and it runs all the way from my neck down, like I guess they call them meridians, down to my ankles, essentially, all the way through my legs and buttocks. And so I just slowly feel the stretch, and like you don't want to push it, but it's something to where you're really just focusing on that area, and slowly letting it kind of intensify. And so I move it over to the left, focusing on the left side, and how that kind of pulls on my opposite leg, but then it pulls all the way clear up to my shoulder bone. So I switch over. I think I'm holding my head down. I'm trying to like stretch my back out also, which is absolutely just dynamic when all this gets released and all that stuff. The change in the whole body is unbelievable. And I'm remembering maybe I got to work after this stretch, and I was like, man, I feel amazing. Just 20 minutes of stretching can really do the body well. It really reduces stress, and I'm sure it does all kinds of different things in order to make you just feel better, like detoxing the body. It's kind of letting things open up. So yeah, you can see my left side of my neck is pretty tense in this one. So I'm going to go back into that position and just try to open it up some more. And this is what you need to be doing. It's a consciousness meets stretching. You're really just like focusing in on where it needs to go, and breathing, and just being inside of yourself to try to like realize where you need to go, and you can kind of move it around. So I like to switch one, this is where I switch the leg, because when I have one leg on top of the other one, it sort of pulls one side, and then it also helps out my other side, but on the lower end. So it could be stretching my left leg, but then it also helps my right torso or right shoulder blade. So in these, as I switch my legs back and forth, I end up getting my legs and hips looser. And what I'll end up doing as a third step while getting into what is called lotus position, and that I do like to do some pre-stretching before I go into lotus, because it really makes the lotus a lot easier, especially on my kneecaps. So here's where I start integrating some. So this is like, I think it's called like the Jupiter or something, Jupiter finger. It's basically where you're tucking all your other fingers in, and you're basically like flicking off, the world on each side, right? So this helps the shoulder blades, and it is such an amazing detox. And I'm going to do another video about this actually, where I learned this and how long it's been with me, and how long, and what the benefits are, especially, and to you allergy sufferers. You'll never believe me, but listen, if you suffer from allergies, this is the best thing you can do. This straight arms out, middle finger out. You're flicking off the pollinators, the trees, the whatever, and somehow this detoxes the body. And I've experienced this so many times to where, don't take that personally. I'm not flicking you off, but I am showing you that I am like sticking this middle finger up, and it really releases so much toxins from the body, from the shoulder blades. Like if you have a tight shoulder blades, or maybe your shoulders hurt, you're having a hard time lifting things up and this sort of thing. The longer that you can do this this pose where your arms are straight out, even if you don't stick your middle finger out, doing some circles, reverse, back and forth. The longer you can do that, the better. And you can learn to do it. Even if you can only do it for a minute, 30 seconds, it's something to where you want to, next time you try to do it for a bit longer and grow that. And I'm telling you, the more you do this, and I'll show you some other poses, like I said, to where you can fully detox your body by doing these poses and eliminate your allergy issues, eliminate toxins from the body, and just make your overall just health like a lot better. I like to like move my arms around like I'm doing right there, and sort of use it almost as a regenerative, like if the world's coming down on you and life is hard and everybody's being mean or whatever, like this is sort of, or the demons are after you or whatever. The thing is that I really do believe that doing that middle finger thing has some kind of amazing thing. So here's where I'm starting to open up. I like to call it the open heart. You're like pressing your heart towards God. You're kind of extending your belly and your chest to like open up and like send like Care Bear love focus to the heavens, stretching the neck, pulling it back behind you as much as you can. Again, you don't want to stress yourself or hurt yourself, but you definitely want to like kind of push it, see where you're at, focus in on the stretch, and like really feel where your body is and what's going on, right? And so you can feel your thighs, and you can feel your back and feel your neck, and really extend your belly and your chest out. And it's really, I call it heart opening, because it really just does that. And after you do it just a little bit, you'll feel. So this is a great pose for towards the beginning or end. It's sort of a connection of your whole body, and it's kind of giving grace and thanks to the Supreme One and the unknown, and you're really just kind of in a meditative state here. I do suggest more breathing exercises if you want to, and Then let's see. Oh, and then I call this the what is it? I call it something. What do I call it? Surrender, like a surrender pose, like this is your day. Maybe do some prayers down like this. You're also stretching your back and you're stretching your neck and you're stretching your hips right here. This really gets my hips really well, which also helps to kind of get those lymph nodes squished and all that stuff. Again, after a good yoga stretch like this, you want to drink a bunch of water. Drink as much water as you can. Stretch all the things out. Oh, right here I'm doing the cat or whatever, or praying. I don't know all the poses. I just do know how they help out. And I'll do it from the side, right? So like there you go. I arc up my back as much as possible and try to hold it there. And just really feel the stretches, really feel the release and the tension, and then do the opposite where you put your head up towards the sky and then arc your belly down and ass up, belly down, and really just feel that stretch. And that is super releasing also. It really is magical at the end. Look, I'm starting to laugh. I'm happy. I'm already like thankful. Thank you, universe. You're the best, and it's really a magical time. I really suggest doing this right before work. See you next time.